Sooner or later, every one of us has to read a book we don't want to read. In fact, it's sometimes the very assignment, the requirement, that turns us against the book. We might know absolutely nothing about the book, except we don't want to read it. Nonetheless, we must read it. Our very job or grade may depend on it. All these factors are going to make the book that much more difficult, unless we can find a way to make it more bearable. Otherwise, you'll postpone the reading until either you fail the assignment or you turn to stone like this guy. So here's a formula for making it easier to read a book you don't want to read. I thought of it the other day when some tree surgeons came to my house to remove a towering 80-foot pine tree next to my house. To be more exact, it was a leaning pine. As you can see here, it was leaning and endangering my roof, my fence, my neighbor's tool shed, and another neighbor's fence and garage. As much as we all hated to sentence that old pine to death, there was too much riding on its tilt, especially when we thought about the weight of the snow that would be riding on it in another month. If we didn't take the tree down, Mother Nature might do it for us. And quite frankly, sometimes she's a little messy when she takes things down. So like that book you don't want to read, the tree had to be taken down. But because of its position tucked between the three houses, it had to come down very carefully. So we called the tree surgeons from the Paul Bunyan Wood Company. That actually was the name of the company, appropriately enough. Wait a minute. What does this have to do with your reading that dumb book you don't want to read? Bear with me here for a few more seconds. Tree surgeons never take down a tree this size all at once. They take it down piece by piece. By the same token, few people read an entire book in one evening or one sitting. They read it in pieces or sections, except, of course, for dumb people who think they can read and digest the whole book in one night, the night before the report or the assignment is due or the test is to be taken. Watch. The tree surgeons arrived with their crane and equipment, and the first thing they did was to stabilize the truck that would hold the crane, that would hold the bucket, that would hold the tree surgeon. They made sure they were on stable ground. When you're reading, you need to stabilize yourself first. Unfortunately, too many folks think that means getting as comfortable as possible, like this guy, which often puts you to sleep. Here's a fact. When the feet are elevated to the same level as the heart pumps less oxygen to the brain, and that brings on drowsiness. The lesson here, get comfortable and stable, but not too comfortable, and keep those feet lower than your heart if you want to stay awake. The next thing the tree surgeon does is cut away the lower part of the tree's branches, one by one. Basically, what he's going to do is break the tree into sections and bring it down section by section. And that's the approach you can take with a book that you don't want to read. Read a chapter today, another tomorrow, and then the day after. If the chapters are long, break the 200 pages into 5-page, 10-page sections. In less than a month, you'll have it read. See that bucket the tree guy is using to maneuver in and around the pine tree? That's a whole lot safer and easier than the old climbing boots they had to use when they were climbing the tree. And just as the mobile bucket makes the job easier, the job of reading the book is made a whole lot easier by the fact that it too is entirely mobile or portable. It's like an iPod, a cell phone. You can bring it with you wherever you think there'll be some downtime. We all get 24 hours every day, regardless of our age or our job. One of the big differences in people is that some people get the most out of their 24 hours while others waste huge chunks of it, and then they wonder why they're so far behind. A book really is a kind of vehicle. It'll go as fast or as slow as you, the reader, want. It gets some of its energy from the author, but even more from